Thank you so much. So my research basically looks at practices and strategies of the families of the disappeared people, how they pursue justice, and also how they understand justice. And this is the conceptual and theoretical uh, uh, note that I'm presenting here. And basically, what this is in the form of a hourglass, and what I'm trying to present here is like these different aspects where family becomes the node of solidarity, care, resistance against different forms of state violences. And enforced disappearance is one form of violence which is an ongoing, ambiguous, uncertain, in which remains of the person who is disappeared or missing is still is still not found by the families. And for families pursue, look, search for the remains of the missing person. And then the struggle continues from that to courtrooms to detention centers, and in different forms, the struggle evolves into forms of meaning making practices in which justice is oriented and reoriented by the families in different ways, and state violence in different forms is resisted. And in this, uh, because there are also, enforced disappearance is a very entrenched and embedded form of, of violence, which is both operates within the dynamics of state and society. So society also, in a way, for instance, it becomes the spatial, the gendered, the relational and temporal element becomes very important to focus on in this, and which I am trying to understand. And for disappearance as the crime has evolved over the period of past 30 or 40 years, the history of this crime is also like it has extended in different frames and different policy making or spaces, like from courtrooms to UN. And so I use these different concepts of social abandonment, extended disappearance, and social disappearances, which actually try to understand this concept of enforced disappearance in its contemporary manifestation, and how it actually affects families or the members of the missing persons. And in this, the families, in a way, they interact with the concept of justice in such a way that they also contest different forms and meanings of justice, because there is always top-down imposition of justice. For example, transitional justice, which has become a very top-down imposition of justice, but families also, in a way, subvert it and try through their interventions
Thank you, Asaf. I'm going to
vernacularize
have to stop you
these
there for
forms
strictness
of
and
justice.
fairness.
And yeah, this is basically the conceptual node of my thesis.